I'd like to tell you about another one of my patients with CRPS that came to see me. Her mother actually reached out, and this is her initial contact. She sent an email to my office, and she said that last Thursday, our daughter, Brynn, 15 years old, finished care at another clinic. She had been there for 14 weeks with CRPS, gastroparesis, EDS, and POTS. Her pain is a 0. However, on Tuesday, she started developing tics. These are big, huge, head shaking tics that are uncontrollable. The only thing we can think of besides the treatment is that ending her care is that she stopped taking trazodone a week before, and she had been on it for 3 years. She just wants to get back to doing all the teenage things. She's had CRPS since she was 7. She's looking forward to going back to school. I'm looking for advice on where to go from here. So sometimes we get patients that have had excellent results at other clinics, and this is an example of that. Brynn had CRPS since she was 7 years old. She had gone, her parents had taken her to many different places to get care. No one was really able to help. She ended up at another clinic and was finally able to get pain-free. But when she got home, these uncontrollable tics began, and please go and find the video of Brynn. My staff came to me, and after my consultation with the patient, they weren't sure when they were going to be able to start because our schedule was a bit tight. And the mom sent us these videos of this young lady, this little teenager whose head was shaking so violently that tears were running down her cheek. It is truly heartbreaking. And I just told my staff, I don't care what our schedule is. If I have to come in early, work at lunch, stay late, whatever it takes, let's find a spot and get her in. And when she came in, the seizures were terrible, just full body shaking. Any type of sound was a trigger for her. So if a truck went by, an ambulance went by, an alarm went off, the tics would start. And then when they'd finally stop, maybe someone would open a door and there'd be a click and the tics would start all over again. It was truly terrible. Plus, she had this uncontrollable dizziness. Almost anything that she ate would be a trigger for her as well. So she came into our office. I believe it was at near the end of October, and we were able to make steady, consistent progress. In the beginning, it was rough. I actually have a room that's almost completely soundproof in our office. We had to put her in there all by herself. She'd come in the lobby. We took her right back there, dark room, soundproof, and to try to minimize the stimulus as we did her care. But gradually, over just a matter of about 7 weeks, we were able to put her in full remission. There's a fire station next door to my office. I'm right across the street from the hospital. Ambulances are going by here, sirens all the time. They could go right by her. She'd be outside my office running up and down the street, doing exercise, right? And an ambulance would go by and she is fine. She can eat anything and she's fine. She went home. We had her stay home and go back to school for 4 months. We brought her back for a checkup. She stayed for a week. We retested everything. She's still in full remission and she's doing great.